Okay, today I'm going to be doing a quick unboxing of the Silverstone Strider 1500 watt power supply. The reason why I think this power supply is an important power supply to have a look at is it's, I think, as far as my knowledge is concerned, the only triple SLI certified power supply for GTX 480s. And you can see right here where it says VGA ×3. So this can actually push 3 GTX 480s and a whole system, probably a single CPU 980X or something similar. It's 80 plus silver, which is very good. And let's go ahead and get it opened here. First of all, the package is very heavy. It's about the same weight as the Mushkins that I reviewed previously. If I had to guess, it's maybe just a little bit heavier. So let's go ahead and open this up. We'll actually see right here. Let's go over this right here. If you look at it, let me get this zoomed in here. Okay, you have 40 amps and 40 amps for a total of 200 watts on the 3.3 and the +5. And then here is the 12 volts. There's 8 rails, and this is the most important part, because all graphics cards and most of the power for CPU runs off the 12 volts. So there's 8 rails, and they're all rated at 25 amps. And then of course you have small amperages for the -12 and the -5. The model number on this is SST-ST1500. Well, it's a 1500 watt power supply with 1600 watt peak, so it can supply 1600 watts peak. Okay, and this is the first time I'm opening this as well. So here we go. Okay, it looks to me like you get a pretty hefty book here. It's in several languages, and it's not color, but it does look like it's comprehensive. And I believe this is a quick start guide here. No, this is a testing. This tells you specifications and how it's wired, and then testing. So, okay, that's enough of that. There's some foam packaging. Okay, here it is. Let's see what's in this box. Okay, it looks to me right here there's a pouch, and this pouch can be used for the wires that you end up not using in your build. And then the other piece that's in this box is a hefty power cable. And I'm going to go into this in more depth because there's something very different with the power cable in the Strider as compared to normal power supplies, and it may be a deal breaker for some of you. Okay, let me pull this massive thing out of here. Well, here's some, you get some thumb screws, some regular power supply screws, and you get some wiring Velcro strips. So let's pull this out. Put the box to the side and set this down. And as you can see, the power supply comes with everything hooked up to it. Okay, let's get the, this is 100% modular power. Just bubble wrap off of it and see what it looks like. And I don't know why they plug it up like this, but they do. Okay. Let me go ahead and set it down on something. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and unplug all these wires because we're going to go over the connections. I want to be able to Okay, here is the power supply, and it's very nice finish. It does look like it will be a fingerprint magnet because I've already put some fingerprints on it, if you can tell right there. But one great thing about this power supply is it is fully modular. See, even the 24 pin for the motherboard is modular, which I like that. And this works real well if this is going to be a second power supply. You don't even have to actually use that except for the part to turn it on. The fan looks like 140 millimeter maybe. I'd have to look to be sure. Let's go ahead and see what the size of this, for those of you who want to fit in your case. Looks to me like it's about 8 3/4 inches deep, and then wide is going to be standard, and height is going to be standard. So it is a lot deeper than a normal power supply. Let's go over the part that I want to tell you about that I'm thinking it could be a deal breaker for some. Let's see if I can get it zoomed in here. Now, if you all will look at this here, right here, this is a non-standard connection. So the power cable that comes with it, if you look at it there, is the only power cable that will be able to work on this. You can't use a normal power cable like for another power supply or monitors or anything. It uses this particular cable. And the only reason I can think they've done that is because this is very thick cabling, and they don't want someone to use a smaller cable that would actually get real hot and maybe cause a fire. So the Zalman watt meter that I have, that my buddy has now, you could not use that with this because the Zalman uses the standard connection point, and this is a proprietary connection. Something else that you will notice on the back of this power supply is there is no on-off button for this power supply. You can't turn it on or off. And this is the only power supply I've ever seen that is the case. And I think that's terrible. I want to be able to cut the power to my computer without pulling out the cable. So those are a couple things I don't like about the power supply. So let's go ahead and go over the cables that are in the box.